Hi guys, and welcome back to the Tech Cave. I'm here with
Andrea.
And we wanted to do a follow-up video to the video I made a week or so back, maybe longer, not sure, about the HMRC. I spoke to them and tried to get answers about how we can claim expenses for items we don't have receipts for. That video caused a lot of debate, had lots and lots of comments, so thanks for all your interaction on that video. I'll leave a link below to that so you can go and check it out if you haven't already. Now we wanted to do a follow-up because Andrea's had a private message from another reseller who's had a lot of experience with dealing with the HMRC in relation to this. And there was a couple of other comments that I wanted to touch on as well, just to follow up from that video really.
Yeah.
So did you want to start with this one?
I can do. If you're on Instagram, you may follow Reseller Mum. She lives in Northern Ireland, and anyway, if you don't follow her, then look her up, because if you sell clothing, she's a really good person to follow. And basically, she watched our video and then messaged me and said, on the back of your YouTube video, I picked up the phone again just to double check what I've been previously told, and again the lady told me that as long as I keep accurate notes on my own receipt book covering date and time and place, then that would satisfy any query from HMRC should they request more information. She was confident this was the case and said due to the nature of selling second-hand items, they understand that receipts are not always available as long as I had some, and as long as it's in keeping with the way that you run your business and what we buy and sell normally, and we're not like putting huge amounts through. You're not saying like we spent £200 at a boot sale.
Well, quite often we would. That's
well,
not a big amount.
on one item perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not like...
As long as it's in keeping with what they would expect you to be spending, and I think some other people have said, as long as it's not, as long as what you're making and what profits you're showing are relative to the amount you're claiming you're spending on your stock.
Yeah, so that was basically it.
So she actually spoke to the HMRC herself. Yeah.
And she says that she's been told the same thing twice. So that's really interesting actually, because it's different to what you were told. And you had the lady go back and ask someone else. So two people told you exactly the same thing while you were on that phone call. And yet that's a completely different thing than than this response.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to think they would take each case on its merits. And when I read what the message that Technocrat left on the video, I'll read that in a minute, and he says more in a similar sort of line, that they do understand the position that certain eBay resellers are in, market traders, that sort of thing. So yeah, was that everything that Reseller Mum said?
She just said that the lady clearly said that they understand the nature of reselling and it's taken into consideration just to be detailed. So as long as you keep detailed notes in a receipt book or a ledger or something like that, just so that they've got something to look at if they want to investigate. And also she had a look at HMRC's site and said that there is a part in there where they talk about reasonable doubt. So if they were to come and investigate and look at your receipts and what you're claiming, they do take that into consideration, and that would fall under reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks ever so much for that message.
Yeah, thank you.
Reseller Mum, yeah?
Yes.
We're not sure what her actual name is? Or
No.
No, okay,
No,
Reseller Mum. Yeah, and then on the actual video, I've got it up on screen, so if I'm looking down here, it's because I'm reading from the Mac. Someone who goes by the name of Technocrat messaged me. He said, I've been reselling for about 8 years, and about 3 years back, the HMRC did a full check of all my sales records and bookkeeping. He says it was a joke. They had a team of accountants working on 5 years worth of bookkeeping, and they were at it for weeks, phoning me daily. But then he goes on to say that there was this in-depth investigation going on, but then eventually he says, it's a long message so I won't read all of it, you know, and that they were asking him, he says, a 6-inch pile of documents he sent in, etc., etc. And then eventually they handed over the case to an eBay specialist. Now this is the interesting bit, because he goes on to say that this eBay specialist asked why it was he'd been asked to send in all his paperwork. He said it's of no use to us and that I shouldn't have been asked to send it all. All he wanted was a record of his PayPal transactions, which can be downloaded from PayPal. Goes on to say, all the eBay specialist did was give this CVS file from PayPal a quick once over to check I wasn't making big amounts of money, and then closed my case. He sent a letter saying everything is fine and he apologised for HMRC messing him about so much. So it's fantastic to know that in that case they took it on its merits and they realised that he was an eBay seller. They looked into how much he was making, and obviously it was relative to the expenses he was claiming without receipts. And they closed the case and it was fine. And he goes on to say he asked them to destroy all the records. He got those back. Yeah, and it was all wrapped up with a happy ending. So thanks for letting us know about that technocrat. So it looks like if you are audited and you have to explain why you don't have receipts for X, Y, and Z, it looks like they have specialist people that understand that, which is similar to what Reseller Mum was saying. Yeah. And Malinky messaged me on a different video saying that he says most small one-man businesses are off their radar, the HMRC's radar, and as long as they see that you are making payments, as in tax payments, and if you are lucky they will just leave you alone. I mean, that's luckily our situation. He said, I have had a tax investigation which ended very well, so he came out of it fine as well. And he said he's hoping to write an article about this. So if Malinky writes that article and explain what happened in his case, then I will share that. So yeah, we just wanted to share that with you. That it's not, that video I put out about speaking to the HMRC, it wasn't to worry you, and you shouldn't be overly worried. And these other resellers' experiences prove that the HMRC does understand, and yeah, I think
just the two people that you spoke to weren't as
well, I think that their basic line is, yes, you need receipts to claim expenses, and we understand that, and they have to put that out there, otherwise it's inviting people to try and fiddle the system. In our case, we have a good reason not to have receipts for all this stuff that we buy and sell.
Yeah, I mean, although we've been doing it for 15 years, reselling as a term and as a job is really still quite in its infancy, so they're still coming to terms with how to deal with that, aren't they, really?
I guess so, but I mean, reselling has been around for donkey's years. You know, people have been buying and selling antiques at antiques fairs, etc. forever.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I've got a runny nose and I'm bunged up. I've had an allergic reaction to something. It's driving me nuts. Sorry, carry on. Need to wipe my
I was
nose.
just trying to say that it seems to be something that's come more to the fore in recent years.
Certainly with eBay,
Yeah.
a lot more people are doing this part-time and adding a bit of extra income. So I would imagine the HMRC are seeing a lot more people.
Yeah, because I mean, with antiques dealers, they deal with other dealers and auction houses, so they have receipts.
Guess so.
Yeah.
But
But, with buying from boot sales and jumble sales and that sort of thing, puts a whole nother question mark.
They must come
over
across it, as these guys who kindly messaged us have pointed out. The HMRC must come across this issue very often, and it will only happen more and more. So it's nice to know that they do have things in place to cater for exactly the issue we were talking about, and that was the point of this video. So I hope that was interesting. If you guys do have any more experiences that you want to share about this issue, just message us below. And thanks for watching. Okay, before we wrap this up, Andrea's just messaged Reseller Mum to thank her for letting us share what she shared with us about the HMRC, and she's just said what she said.
And her name is Yola.
Yola.
So thank you for that.
So thank you, Yola. I just wanted to mention before we go about the blog. Andrea and I launched our little blog site last week in the chat, and we wanted to thank everybody for the response. It's been fantastic. Lots and lots of people coming over and saying hello, leaving comments
Yeah.
and having a browse around there. Obviously, there's not masses of posts over there because it's only been going a short amount of time, but we are building that on a daily basis. Yeah, so we've been really pleased with the response.
Yeah, definitely.
It's made all of Andrea's hard work worthwhile in setting it up.
Yeah.
So
I think we've been a bit more lax this week and probably next because it's Easter holidays, so Ellen's at home and we're out and about a bit more than we normally are. So
yeah, we're kind of not completely taking the Easter holidays off. We're still working, but we're kind of
just
trying
a bit more relaxed.
to step
Yeah.
back a little bit.
Trying to spend some time with Ellen.
Yeah. And then we're going away to see my sister, which I can't wait.
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Oh yeah, God, it's come around quick. It's Friday already.
Yeah.
Well, Friday tomorrow. Yeah, so I just wanted to add that really. Thank you so much for going and checking out the blog. If you haven't already, there'll be a link below so you can come across and have a look what that's all about. And yeah, we will see you on Sunday. We are hoping to be back in time.
Yeah, we should be.
Yeah.
Traffic allowing.
Yeah, we're driving back from Worthing Sunday evening. So yeah, fingers crossed we'll be here in time for 8 o'clock. So yeah, thanks ever so much for watching, and thank you for the guys who commented us and you know, and Yola for letting us share what she shared with us privately. Yeah. So thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you Sunday.
Yeah, you're a bit crazy.
Yeah. Don't screen grab that one. Okay, bye for now, guys.
Bye.